mean, I was baffled by Chichen Itza. I went to see the Mayan ruins at Chichen Itza, and just that alone, you're like, holy shit. Like, what were you guys doing? Like, how did you do this? Like, what was the culture like back then, and what happened? And now what they think happened is European diseases that just wiped out the Mayans, because we know that it also wiped out 90% of all North American people when they came over here, just smallpox.
It's a great reason to go. It gives you perspective on humanity, and it's just this. I think, is it Graham Hancock?
Yes.
I think one of the big takeaways from his message is that there's a certain arrogance to modern man, and no one could be smarter than we are right now.
Right.
And it's just simply not true.
Well, you know the whole theory behind what he's promoting. It's actually based on this thing called the Younger Dryas impact theory. And this has been substantiated by science that somewhere around 11,000 plus years ago, Earth was hit by comet debris. And this is substantiated by levels of iridium that is very common in space but very rare on Earth, a sheet of it across the world at that certain time period when they do core samples of the Earth, and nanodiamonds that also indicate impacts that are all throughout Europe, the immediate melting of the polar ice caps, the ice caps rather on North America, and all the ensuing destruction that came from that, the extinction of 65% of all megafauna almost instantaneously. It's really, really fascinating stuff. But what he believes is that there was a massive natural catastrophe due to Earth getting hit. And this is all backed up by legitimate researchers and scientists, and a man named Randall Carlson, who's absolutely fantastic and really fascinating, in-depth understanding of this impact theory, and that human beings were essentially knocked back into the Stone Age.
Right. So does he think we would have gotten to the industrial age that much sooner if that wouldn't have happened?
They don't know what they were doing back then. That's what's interesting, because like everything was wiped out to the point where all we have left is these immense stone structures, which we have no understanding of the construction methods at all to this day.
Right.
There's some half-assed theories of how they did it, and no one really knows. There's 2,300,000 stones in the Great Pyramid of Giza. And some of them, again, were cut from a quarry that was 500 miles away. And they don't know how the fuck they did that.
It'll be interesting if you get the right guide, and I can recommend a guy. There's one guy I really liked later on. But everyone's going to have an answer for you. And it's interesting.
They don't know, though. The thing is, like, I've heard all the answers.
Oh, sure.
I've heard everything. I've been reading about this for years and years and years. They really don't know. And that's what's amazing about it. What's amazing is you have evidence that human beings who lived in Egypt thousands and thousands of years ago did things that we really can't do today. We really don't have the equipment. We really don't have the understanding. I mean, if you're off by a little bit with each individual stone, by the time you get to the top, it doesn't meet upright.
Right.
And they just nailed it. They nailed it to the point where they have these immense stones. You can't even get a razor blade in between them. I mean, incredible construction. Back when people had just come out of hunter and gathering. I mean, it was like 5,000 plus years ago they were doing this. Like, how?
Right.
How long did it take? Who was in charge? How'd you figure it out? They don't know. They really don't know. And then due to the burning of the Library of Alexandria, there's like so much missing information in history.